the beat, let's feed the fire. Hold me close, baby, let the rhythm stream. Feel the heat, we'll burn it like a wild dream. Hold me close, baby, dance until we tire. In this ocean of sound, let's light the fire. The stars above, they pulse and gleam just like our hearts. Your electric smile, it beams, ignites the dark. Our bodies move like flowing streams in perfect time. We'll set the night aglow and climb skies sublime. Hold me close, baby, let the rhythm stream. Feel the heat, we'll burn it like a wild dream. Hold me close, baby, dance until we tire. In this ocean of sound, let's light the fire. The stars above, they pulse and gleam just like our hearts. Your let heat, we're burning like a wild dream. Our bodies move like flowing streams in perfect time. We'll set the night aglow and climb skies sublime. Slip into this moment now, away we drift. Feel the surge, just let it flow, no need to lift. We're molecules in dance ignition, pure delight. We'll keep this fire burning hot through endless night. Hold me close, let me tell you again. A lot of wire, Pretty Productions. Hey yo, wanna stay right here with you, give you all my love. My love you forever. My love you forever. Wanna stay right here with you and give you all my love. My love you forever. Anytime, any weather. Baby, look on me fine, look on me pretty, cute girl. Me I lock down the city, me not in a no nitty-gritty. Haters, take your eye off of me, baby. Me know you got your duty. The love and protect yours truly. Romantic movie, you and me, the baby, the baby, the baby. Let me tell you again. A lot of wire, Pretty Productions. Hey yo, wanna stay right here with you, give you all my love. My love you forever. My love you forever. Wanna stay right here with you and give you all my love. My love you forever. Anytime, any weather. Baby, look on me fine, look on me pretty, cute girl. Me I lock down the city, me not in a no nitty-gritty. Haters, take your eye off of me, baby. Me know you got your duty. Feel love and protect yours truly. Romantic movie, you and me, the baby. Wanna stay right here with you, give you all my love. My love you forever. My love you forever. Wanna stay right here with you and give you all my love. My love you forever. Anytime, any weather, baby. Livewire is brought to you by Pristine Productions. Get the latest in dancehall, soca, reggae, and Afro beats. Donate to our PayPal and also join our Patreon. Become the apprentice.
You're tuning to the hottest show on the planet, Livewire Mix, baby. Drop a link on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Got a sound to mix and master? Drop me a line on my email. A pure Livewire. It tough, you know.
Yo, 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 yo. And I want to say, what a guan, what a guan, what a guan. Peoples, it's your boy Andrew Rayburn here. Welcome back to the show, guys, to another live Wire Mix Cafe here. And we got a special treat for you guys today. Remember, you can hit me up on my YouTube channel here. Link up. I'm also streaming every week on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you guys want to learn how to mix and master like the pros here, Pro Soca in the box, $30. Course curriculum here. Track and arrangement, routing, mixing, instrumental, and vocals. Mastering for iTunes and Spotify here. And if you guys want to become a proud member of the Patreon club here, $10 a month, and you get top of the line mixing videos, exclusive rhythms, giveaway from time to time, only from yours truly here. All you gotta do is become a member of the Apprentice, man, and sign up. And of course, if you guys want to show some love here, you can donate any amount to my PayPal here. We do appreciate contributions, so we can keep the rhythm going, you know, non-stop, stay up on the grind. And if you want to buy the latest in dancehall, soca, afro, reggae, I got your recipe here. Tipsy Soca is out right now on my store, $61. You get the stems and MIDI files here, royalty free. But today we're going to be talking about mixing dancehall in Studio One Pro 7. I'm going to show you the tips and tricks of what's happening with the brand new Studio One Pro 7. Available right now. If you have previous versions, you can upgrade for $149 US here. So let's get right down into it here, because you know how Ray-Ban one. Somebody said wheel out.
Okay, alright, okay.
Big up for yourself every time.
Sure. I tell you it's a rude girl party. I tell you it's a rude girl party. I tell you it's a rude girl party. I tell you now. Watch me coming on the place. Champion, me I run the race. Me and my ladies pull up in a Mercedes. Give me space. I tell you it's a rude girl party. I tell you it's a rude girl. I tell you it's a rude girl party. I tell you it's a rude girl, yeah. Okay, alright.
Like, share, and subscribe. And welcome back to another live Wire Mix Cafe here, man. Glad you can join us. I am Andrew Rayburn here, Mr. International himself. And I want to shout out to all the supporters, all the fans. Big up to all the buddies and artists. Big up to the artists outside in the USA, all my friends around the world. Thank you so much for always supporting in any way you can. Whether it's listening to a beat, sending me an email and say, hey, Ray, man, we love what you're doing, man. Keep going. Spread music to the world. Spread positivity. So we're going to talk about Studio One Pro 1 DAW for all here. The brand new Studio One Pro. I'm going to show you some tricks here that might compare to want to pick it up. But before we do that, we're going to get into a small commercial break here. So let's get right down to it here.
Experience your journey with Belize Wild Caribbean Tours, a destination you cannot miss. Belize Wild Caribbean Tours is a reputable tour company that operates across the breathtaking landscapes of Belize. An unforgettable experience from ancient Maya ruins to lush rivers and cave exploration and the history of this beautiful jewel. Get on the wild side with Belize Wild Caribbean Tours. You can also get us on Facebook or TripAdvisor. Want to learn how to play chords in soca, reggae, afro, and dancehall beats? Even mix and master and produce these beats. Pristine Production is proud to present Caribbean Producers Academy. Here you can book a 1-hour coaching session on the days you choose with our top engineer, Andrew Rayburn. Dues our price plan from 0 to hero, where you get 5 days a week, an hour and a half each day. The Dojo, 2 days a week, and the Rookie, 1 day a week, where you can get exclusive in-depth one-on-one live session training and mixing from the comfort of your own home to get your Caribbean productions on international level. So what are you waiting for? Join our Caribbean Producers Academy.
Lights up in the sky, Trinidad. The melodies are sweet. It's carnival, we feel the heat. Walking and a jumping.
You're tuning to the hottest show on the planet, Live Wire Mix, baby. Drop a link on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Got a sound to mix and master? Drop me a line on my email. Up your Live Wire. It tough, you know.
And welcome back to another Live Wire Mix Cafe here. And so glad you can join us. Big up to everybody that's watching on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. We're live right now. And big up on yourself every time. So we're talking about mixing dancehall in Studio One Pro, brand new Studio One Pro 7 here, $1 for all here. And I'm going to be touching on some tips and tricks here to get you on that next level. So without no further ado, let's go right into it here. Now, check this out, guys. Studio One Pro, well, this is not a commercial ad, but Studio One Pro have added some nice features that you may like here. One of the 4 main greats here is the ability to stem separate. You can drag a stereo file right into your software in your machine, and it's going to split the stereo file into stems. It's going to separate the vocals, drums, keyboards. The other one is automatic tempo detect, so I don't have to like go between third-party apps, and Studio One's going to tell me exactly what's the tempo of the song. It's going to sync to it so I could remix if I want to. And also there's Splice. If you don't know about Splice, there are sample-based service engine website that you can download top of the line dancehall, drums and loops and one-shots. It's integrated into Studio One Pro, so I can literally call up some loops. You have to have an account with them. You can create an account free, and you have access to over hundreds of thousands of samples, and you can pull it in your session, which I'm going to jump into a little bit there. And there's so much more, guys, but those are the main 4 there. Tempo detect, stem separation, splice, and of course you can rearrange your track with launcher. And the global transpose, that's the 4th one, I'm sorry. Global transpose, whatever song you're producing, and let's say the artist say, hey Ray, man, I like the beat, but can you drop it 2 keys down? Without going back into the instrument and put the whole thing now in F or C, we can do a global transport and switch the octave, and all the instruments and melodies and everything's going to be switching keys. So let's get right into it, what we got here. And of course, guys, Studio One Pro comes with Lead Architect and Deep Flight One, which are two workstations here. I've tested it out, and I'm using. Let's see what Brother Ray has here. I'm using an instance of Lead Architect here. This is right here. Lead Architect is a MIDI. Well, it's a virtual workstation here, and you can go through it. You can find keys and that stuff. And then there's Deep Flight if you want that padded organic sound. It's okay. I like the Lead Architect. So this is what I started out with Lead Architect here. So this is what I did with the instrument here. I went ahead and added a little bit of reverb. When you're building composition, you're building beats, you want to, like I said, don't just settle for dry stuff. You want to take your sound and put it on another level, and get your sound to sound interesting, so you can pitch it to the artist, and you know, you can make a sale, or they hire you to mix the music and that stuff. So it's very important that you do that. So check this out. I'm going to turn off the reverb here. Now I'm going to turn off the EQ here. So we have a little bit of a dry sound here. So I'm going to go into my reverb here. And that is powered by the Lexicon 224 from UAD. And this is going to set that space and that time. It's putting reverb is putting the keyboard into the space. So I can take that, and if you're listening in headphones, create that epic wide gap around the singer and not let your track sound dull and boring, right? So, play back. Listen to that back hall and play it again. Now, while we're doing that, I'm going to give you a little demonstration of splice here. So I can go ahead and pick a sound here, which is this pluck right here. And on the right side, if you have your Studio One, looks like this. You click on, you have the loops, and you have splice. Click on splice there, and let's say you want to replace the sound or find something better and drag it in the project. I'm gonna left click on this MIDI file of the instrument here, and I'm gonna drag it into splice. And splice will normally go ahead and capture the audio sound. I'm getting a little bit of message there. Go ahead and type in Afro. Well, it will come up on search results here, and you can even manipulate the BPM. Let me go over here, and the key range. So my BPM is 105. I'm gonna punch that in. I'm gonna save that, and the key of this track. Let me go back into Lead Architect. It's G sharp minor, if I'm not mistaken here. Let me go ahead and check my auto tune. Yeah, so it's G sharp minor here. So I'm gonna type it in. I'm gonna select minor in splice. G sharp minor. Which, if you read that backwards, if you don't see it on the list, G sharp is actually A flat, a A with a little B. So I'm going to select that right down here. And I'm going to close that. You can see the samples is loading up here on Splice here. I've punched in my tempo, which is 105. So I'm going to play and see what Splice has for me. Now, let's see what I have here. Synth pads. I'm going instruments here. Let's see what it got. Go down here. Now these are some padded sounds. Let's go into synth. I'm gonna go to loops. It's gonna load up loops as well. Let me go ahead. Let me take off loops. Afro beats. So I'm gonna go to, you can go ahead and also pick drums and that stuff. Let me go back. Synth. I'm gonna clear that. Electric guitar. I'm gonna go down to electric guitars and pads. A minor. And go back. So you can find a lot of loops here. As you can see, it's blending with the percussions here. So I can take any one and drag that into my project here, which is it's pretty cool. It's like having your own virtual assistant supplying you with great samples. Have some hi-hats there. Let's go back to that drum. So I'm gonna click on that. I'm gonna pull that over here, and I'm gonna line it up. Let's drag it to the front here. Here we go. And I can remix my dancehall on the fly. This is crazy. I'm gonna hit D and duplicate that. And let's come in with the snare drum. Crazy. So Splice finds the right tempo, key, whatever, and time signature, and quantize that, and we have that running right there. So I can take that off if I want to.
Okay, yeah. Sure. I tell you it's a rude girl party. I tell you it's a.
Let's hear that sample by itself. Nice. So that's integrated right into the DAW there, Splice. Big up yourself, my artist every time. Eddie Peters, thanks for tuning in and watching. Big up on yourself every time. So that sounds pretty cool. on the fly. I'm gonna take down the volume a little bit here, so it doesn't get in way too much of the drums. But yeah, so that's how you integrate splice with Studio One. The other one is the Tempo Detect, which all you do is go on your stereo file. I don't have anything to Tempo Detect right now, but you go on audio, and right under audio band you see Tempo Detect. Studio One's gonna detect the tempo. You can extract it to tempo track. And also, if you want to separate the stem, there it is on the audio processing right there. Separate stems or Control U. So I can take a stereo song, a stereo file, and Studio One's gonna break it down. It's gonna take out the vocals, it's gonna put it on its own track, it's gonna take out the drums, bass, keyboards, and I have these stems now to remix a song, which is crazy. So I'm gonna mute that little African thing that we did there, because I want to focus on what I did on this particular track here. So I'm gonna go down to my kick drum. Let me find my kick drum. This is the impact here that ships with our Studio One Pro. Now this drum here, as you well known, normally when it comes to impact, it automatically routes itself, the individual drum kit, directly to the individual tracks. You might see one track here for impact, and it has some crazy drum sounds. So if I go into mixer, check this out. I can solo each drum part in the mixer. So that's the impact for it. If I go right here, it says port setup. There you can see each individual part has been automatically routed, bust out. So you can control impact individually with a different sound, like a drum kit, rather than everything coming under the one drum sampling machine. Great sounds. You can use it to make dancehall, like what you're hearing right now in reggae. Now check this out. This is what I did with the dancehall here. This is the kick drum. I have an EQ on that. This is what I did here with the kick drum. Since it's bust out in buses, I'm using the UAD SSL. I believe it's the 4000? The channel E, I believe, is the 4000. Which sounds great. I'm gonna turn that off. This is what the kick drum sounds like without the channel strip here. Bring in the bass. Now, as you can hear, the bass is much more powerful than the kick drum. We want that kick drum to be in the same space. The rhythm might sound fine right now, but you want that kick drum to be thumping, man. And this ain't back in 1999, 98 to say, hey, Ray, well, you got to make one of them has to win. Both of them can't win. Either you take away from the bass or take away from the kick so the bass shine, or take away from the bass so the kick shine. Both sounds can well exist in the same frequency. There's room for all. So check what I did here. The bass line is actually an 808 here. I'm going to play that. In order for me to blend that with the kick, I'm going to go through some process here real quick. Let me turn off my inserts. it kind of get messy. Now for dancehall, you want that big sound that's gonna rock your car stereo, and so people down the road know you're blasting dancehall. This is the first thing I did here. Since it's an 808 bass here, I wanted to soften it up to sound a little bit more less punchy. So I put the smack on it, turn the attack down, and I needed control. So that's where the UAD compressor comes in. And of course, many times engineers or mixer would kind of get the bass wrong. Remember the frequency, the sub bottom end. Sometimes there's a little bit too much, so you gotta attenuate that. I mean, you gotta take out just a little bit of low end, while still retaining that big sound, that big woof, that sub. So that's what I did right there with this EQ here. This is where the API comes in from UAD. Off. On. It's softening up the bass a little bit more than control it so it doesn't get out of order. I want a big dancehall bass sound, but I don't want to be too crazy. So let's get back to the kick drum here. Go back to the SSL. Now I want you to hear the difference here as I engage SSL here. I'm going to be boosting about 2 dB at 50 hertz and a little bit of compression on the kick, so it softens up. The compressor is going to hold the kick, soften that beater end a little bit so it doesn't sound too hard. And that's gonna also help the kick to blend along with the bass. Check this out. Check this out. On.
Okay. All right.
Listen to that kick drum. Take off a challenge strip here. On.
Watch me coming on the place.
So I'm getting more low end on the kick, more power without like sacrificing frequencies, or I'm still getting a good strong bass as well. That's what we want for the dancehall culture. You want to make sure it's on top line. You don't want no weak poco tempo sound. That's what you got to go for. Now this is the other sound that I'm using here. A little bit of delays happening on it here from a workstation here. There's literally no plugins on that. I like the way it sounds. Let me go back to Architect here. Now on the lead Architect, the next thing about mixing dancehall, guys, you want your sound to, like I said, put it in a reverb. It's like, okay, imagine you're in a band and you have a guitar, you have a keyboard, and you tell the mixer man, hey man, I need a little bit more highs on my keys. I'm not feeling it. Well, it's the same thing with mixing these instruments here. The keys, it sounds great out of the box, but a lot of these synthesizers are built in they're oscillated in a certain way that 99% of the time you will require some kind of mixing to be happening. So this is what I felt that was needed here add a little bit of brightness on that keyboard. Turn it on. Now you can hear that little bit of bellish sound on top of the keyboards. Off. Let me mute the bass. Play it back again. Now listen to it now. I'm going to turn on the EQ. Listen to the keyboards. Subtle change. You want an enhancement kind of mindset thinking here. It's a little bit clearer now and it sounds more bright, more wide. So that adds to your mix. Also make it sound professional. You don't want to be weaken up on some dry sound. Now, I have a sound here for whenever the singer goes into the verse line. You want a synthesizer to be moving around in the back, similar to soca. This is it right here. So whenever I turn off my main keyboard that you just heard, that little sound at the back keeps the rhythm moving. That sound right there. For example, whenever she goes to the verse, check this out. I'm gonna bring her vocal back. Listen when she goes to the verse. If I should take that off, it would sound a little bit too quiet. I'm gonna take that out. Check this out. All you're gonna get is bass and drums. Watch me coming on the place. Champion, me I run the race. Me and my ladies pull up in a Mercedes. Give me space. So I need to hear that little bit of a keyboard action happening at the background there. Watch me coming on the place. Champion, me I run the race. Me and my ladies pull up in a Mercedes. Give me space. Oh, I tell them it's a rude girl party. Now, stepping up to the vocals here, you do need to make sure your vocals sound clean. I'm going to turn off my channel strip from the API here. This is how the vocal sounds dry, like literally nothing on it except for auto tune. Pull up in a Mercedes, give me space. Oh, I tell them it's a rude girl party. That's like bone dry, right into the booth. That's like she's in the booth. There's no process, but except for a little bit of auto tune on it. Big up yourself, Megawatts. Thank you so much for joining in, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah, I tell them it's a rude. So, dancehall, soca, reggae music. Don't leave your vocals in a space of dryness. Just like we did with the instruments, we need to get the vocals to be spreading across as well. So normally what I do is get the vocal on par. So this is what I did here. I added some bass to her voice because I wanted her to sound a little bit more closer to the mic and a little bit more stronger. So I added a little bit of low end, and I took out a little bit of 500 here because I don't want her voice to get a little bit too boxy or nasally. So I'm going to demonstrate those, and I added a little bit of 3K and a little bit of 10K. Check this out. I tell them it's a rude girl party. I tell them it's a rude girl. You see how natural her voice still sounds, and females are very particular with their voice, especially when engineers dealing with it. So get used to your artists, know how they sound, and when you're enhancing stuff, enhance mean sounding better but natural. Enhance doesn't mean sounding totally different. Now, if you want something to sound different, let's say maybe she had a little bit of cold and she needed a bit more mid-range, so maybe I could slightly alter her tone a little bit but still allow it to sound close to her natural voice. But you want enhancement. So now using the channel strip, it wasn't enough, so I sent her through the reverb. Check this out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I tell you it's a rude girl party. I tell you it's a rude girl party. I tell you it's a rude girl party.
The API is allowing her vocals to cut through and compete with the bass and holding her ground. Now I need a little bit more. I need a delay there, so I put that in there so it has a little bit of movements going around.
Yeah, I tell you now. Yeah, watch me coming at the place. Champion, me I run the race. Me and my ladies pull up in a Mercedes. Give me space.
Let's take down that rim shot a little bit there. I don't like it too bright.
Oh, I tell you it's a rude girl party. I tell you it's a rude girl.
Harmony.
I tell you it's a rude girl party. I tell you it's a rude girl. Yeah.
You see how much the delay has allowed her voice to. It's spreading around. It doesn't. She doesn't sound like she's in the booth anymore. She sounds like she's on the stage. She sounds like she's ready for a music video.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Sure. I tell you it's a rude girl party. I tell you it's a rude girl party. I tell you it's a rude girl party.
Now I'm gonna show you a couple more tricks before we go. Right after this last commercial break here, so don't go away. I'm gonna be right back.
Pristine production.
Okay.
Bad in the place. I them fi know. I'm ready on this.
Hey, want to learn how to produce modern soca but not sure what sound is needed? Well, Pristine Productions is proud to present Soca Cookbook Secrets, where you get 10 drum stems alone, ranging from power soca, groovy soca, jab jab, and more, just like the big soca artists out there. This is the true magic and cookbook recipe to nail your soca drums every time. Soca Cookbook Secrets. Get your copy today.
You're tuning to the hottest show on the planet, Livewire Mix, baby. Drop a link on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Got a sound to mix and master? Drop me a line on my email. A pure Livewire. It tough, you know.
Tough, rugged, and buff. And welcome back to the wrap up of the show, guys. I'm a mix engineer here and musician, vocalist, Andrew Rayburn here. And we're talking about the new improved Studio One Pro 1 DAW for all, mixing dancehall in a Livewire mix. Top line. Now this software is you got to buy it. It's for $149 US. If you have a previous copy of Studio One, you can get it for $149. New users is, I believe, it's $199. But like I said, with the stem separation feature, tempo detect, and you have access built into Splice to get hundreds of thousands of samples to just like what we did earlier, just add some sauce on the track. It's mind-boggling, and I love it, man. And I'm not hitting loops. I mean, I respect loops. I like to combine stuff, but I'm old school. I like to do stuff from the keyboard, but I like to integrate that with like a little bit of loop backing, like what we did earlier with Splice.
I tell you now. Watch me coming on the place. Champion, me I run the race. Me and my ladies.
So you want to automate those delays from time to time, so you get that.
Pull up in a Mercedes. Give me space. Oh, I tell you it's a rude girl.
As you can see the line right here, every time she said rude gal, I would go ahead and draw the line so the delay comes out a little bit. Rude gal, 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 and it comes back to the dry signal. That's how you make the vocal move around and make stuff happen. Real time. So what I did is the main board here. Now this board right here, that is sitting right beside the lead artist. The keyboard is right beside the vocal, the volume of it, so it brings in the main power of the song, the chorus part. And that's how you get a mix to sound very balanced and stable. You don't want a vocal to sound over everything else, because you're gonna sound like you're on the radio, like you're just overdubbing something. But if you want to sound like a record, the vocal has to be blended with the instruments and created those soundscape like we did, what I did with reverb earlier. So check this out. When she hits the chorus line, you're gonna hear that board come in. And you're getting that nice bottom end. So like when it comes to professional dancehall guys, you gotta get that drum to sit right. That kick is supposed to be slamming. That bass is supposed to be giving you a bowel movement. That's what the culture of dancehall is about. And you know, like I said, 808 are great to get that sound. Sometimes you just gotta carve out a little bit of attack. You can use a compressor to do that, soften up the attack of the bass so it gets a little bit more sustained. That way it doesn't get a little bit too punchy, because it get too punchy, it's gonna sound like a 808 plus kick. Sometimes you want that, depending on what production you're doing, but it's all about that big low end, man. You gotta get it to sound big and proper. So I brighten up that last keyboard sound with the stock EQ there. Off. On. Just 4 dB at 5K. I'm getting that nice shine, but that's how we do it. Now remember guys, if you want to learn how to create these kind of beats, not just dancehall, soca, reggae, afro, play the chords, mix and master, I can do that if you join my CPA Academy. You may say, what is that, Ray? It's Caribbean Producers Academy, where every week I go one-on-one with a client and do a private live and show them how to build the beat from scratch. And I send a copy of that session video to that client so they can rehearse with it. I would send them drums and stems so they can follow along. That's how my one-on-one coaching do. I do not do like me building the beat and then they're building the beat on their end. It takes too long. I normally give like 1 hour session, and I have 3 price ranges. Whether you want to do 5 days a week, 2 days a week, or once a week, it's up to you. How much your time you're willing to invest, and you can cancel anytime if you want to. So be sure to support me on that, or you can go to my PayPal and say, hey Ray, man, we love your stuff, keeps going, man. I'm gonna send you a little bit of something so you can keep everything going. And but that's it, guys. When it comes to Studio One Pro, I will encourage you guys, if you have a little bit of money, you can get it for $149 right now, a cross upgrade feature. And it's a great DAW. You can save some hard drive space. I used to use like third-party apps to detect tempo and break down stems, but now it's all integrated into Studio One 7 and Splice. Splice is a game changer. Now I don't have to be looking through my old libraries of sample. I can type up anything I want in Splice, percussions, drums, bass, and drag it right into the session, and boom, I've got something ready. I like to concentrate on production, not to try and figure out how to do certain things. But it's been fun, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Big up on yourself. Big up all the Facebook fans, people around the world, my friends in the USA. And Brother Raybon's going to catch you on that next one. Peace out.
You're tuning into the hottest show on the planet, Livewire Mix, baby. Drop a link on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Got a sound to mix and master? Drop me a line on my email. A pure Livewire. It tough, you know.
Livewire is brought to you by Pristine Productions. Get the latest in dancehall, soca, reggae, and Afro beats. Donate to our PayPal and also join our Patreon. Become the apprentice.